So you bought land. Awesome. We did too, and I wish people had told me what to do with it, because you got all your plans, you got all your ideas, but where do you start? Truth is, you get to work. But here's 5 things I wish people had told me before I got started to work on my land. But you don't just want to start doing things, otherwise you're going to end up doing twice the amount of work for 0 outcome. I got a whole story I'll share with you on tip number 5 about that. And I don't know about y'all, but I wish I had a close friend who had been down the road I'm trying to go down and could give me the goods and the bads of what he'd done. So that's how I'll lay it out here. Just like I was talking to my best friend on what I'd do if I was in your shoes. The first thing I'd tell you to do now that you got your land is get chickens. They're easier than dogs. They require food, water, shelter, and they're gonna tell you pretty quick if you like raising animals, you like taking care of them, and if you got kids. They're great for kids because they're not dangerous. The roosters might try and slap them around, but it's a good lesson for your kids, stand their ground. So that's my first suggestion. Get chickens. Everybody's gonna tell you, no, wait, get this thing settled, do this, don't get them yet. Just get them. You're gonna thank me later. The second thing that I'd tell you to do when you got some land is get Starlink. If you've seen any of my videos before, you've heard me talk about it, and that's because for me, it's a total game changer. You know what, that's not number 2. That's just a bonus tip. I'll give you a real number 2, is get to know your neighbors. Out here, you don't find good businesses, good services by Googling them. You find them by word of mouth. Start with your neighbors, and then move on to when you go to the grocery store. Talk to people. They're gonna give you the inside track and make your life a lot easier moving out to a place that you may not be entirely familiar with. The third thing you gotta do, and I know you've already done part of this because I did too, is you got a plan. You got an idea what you want to get accomplished on the land. Draw that out. Draw out your land. It can be rough. You don't have to be an amazing drawer or architect. Just draw it out and say, we want to put a chicken coop on the land. I'd like a garden. I'd like a greenhouse. I'd like a field, some cattle, whatever, horses, whatever you're looking to do. And actually start to map that out on your land, because moving from a place where you don't have a lot of land to a place where now you've got some acreage in your mind, I know it because I did too. You're like, I'll just put it in. Who cares? We'll just throw it down. And you figure out pretty quick, you're going to run out of land. And you want to make sure that things interact well, and where you're going to be taking water, you've got water that you can get to it. Where you are going to be taking supplies, you got roads to get you in there. That's my third tip. Plot out your land and figure out, okay, let's put this there, let's put that there, and then shift it around. Move it. It's going to move over time. You might as well go ahead and make a map. The fourth thing, now that you got your land, is you got to be able to get into your land and get out of your land. If you ain't got the vehicle to do it, it's a bad day. So if you got a 2-wheel drive car, you need to get a 4-wheel drive car, because it sucks getting stuck out here. And along with that, I'd pick up some tow straps and other pieces to be able to get yourself out of trouble, or your neighbors out of trouble. Because although it may have been nice when you saw your land in the middle of summer, spring storms, like you can see, come in, snow comes in, and you got to be able to take care of yourself and those that you come across. So get a 4-wheel drive car. Look, and if you like the topic so far, go ahead and hit subscribe and make this friendship official. That way, whenever I do something wrong or I do something right, you'll be the first to know on here. That way you won't have to make the mistake. I already did it. And the fifth thing you got to do now that you got your land is you got to plant a garden. You got all this land, you might as well use it. Start to figure out what grows well, what doesn't grow well, what you like, what you don't like. And I'll tell you what, growing a garden, for me at least, not as easy as I thought. I messed up quite a few things getting it going, and I made a video about it I'll put right here. And if you haven't gotten your land yet, I made a video about what you should probably be looking for whenever it comes to getting your land. Both of them are a lot more interesting than watching me pour dirt, because like all of us, I'm still learning, and I don't have too many tips when it comes to pouring dirt.